Welcome. It's your boy, African King Academy, and it's a new day. It's an AEW Redemption review. Road to All In London. And yeah, man, this is Kings of the Elite. You know who I am. I am a man that will say this proud. I am Gabe Kid's #1 fan. Fuck you all, yeah? Fuck you all, yeah? But let me introduce my panel. First, the man from India, the man who says Mustafa Ali is the greatest thing since sliced bread. He believes in total non-stop action. It's Abdul Aziz. How you doing?
TNA. There we go. How you doing, King?
All good, man. Next, the man from Philly himself, Philly's very own son. He says that we're going to do it all. You know what I'm saying? We got LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? It's all business over here, dog. He says that Jay White is the best Bullet Club leader. He is. Lewis, how you doing?
You're a fraud.
Something you gotta say?
Oh yeah, and I'm excited because I rewatched this pay-per-view, and we're gonna have some conversations that y'all not gonna want to hear.
Okay, exciting.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
go.
see.
And last but not least, before we get on with the festivities, Wales' very own son. He says, "Fuck the English, yeah." Every single time. He doesn't like the bruv merchant. He says he's a bit, he's a bit maybe
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he says that Kyle Fletcher's better than him in every single way. He's the boy. Liam, how you doing?
Nah, but you're a fucking fraud. Bro said Wales' very own. I was waiting for the Scottish thing again. And then he come out.
No. We change it up every single time.
Next is going to be Northern Ireland. Nah, big up everybody.
Big up. This is a big up Zia Talks FCB in the building. Let's go.
Nope.
We will start with the AEW Redemption review. I turned on the Death Riders, bruv.
we'll get into that.
We'll get into that at some point, but that was towards the end of the card,
Yeah,
actually.
Start.
But we're starting on the pre-show. The conglomerate, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly defeated the Lethal Twist, Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, Lee Johnson. I would like Abdul Aziz to start. How are your feelings about the pre-show match? Did it get you hyped for the rest of the card? And was it the early start you needed?
I'll say this: like while that match was going on, we were still doing our live show here, and I was watching it and talking at the same time, so I wasn't focusing fully on that. I was focusing here, so I didn't get to watch it. I rewatched it. It was a good match. I'll say it was a good match, but like I understand why they put it on a pre-show. Nobody cares about the trios championships anymore, and bro, like we said this on our last show as well, that I don't want Blake Christian and Lee Johnson in the Lethal Twist anymore. Like they should go on and do their own thing, and just it is what it is, man. But it was a good match. And speaking of, we had points, if you remember, and I got my point. I told you they're gonna
Should we do
retain.
that at the end? Overall, you can carry on saying what you were going to say. But I think at the end of the show, I think we should go through it.
All right, no worries then. All right,
But no, you can keep
scrap
talking.
that. Well, yeah, like
Cut.
delete.
No, but carry on.
But yeah, man, like they won, and I want to see what they do with this, if they do something new with it or anything else. But yeah, it was not to be like this is a joke in our thing. It was an aight match. Let's be honest. It was aight.
It's aight. Big up Gunnarsy. Big up Gunnarsy.
big up.
Lewis, next. Let the people know how you felt about this.
Yeah, I ended up watching the match. I thought it was okay. This trios championship, they need to leave the conglomeration. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, they need to go to somebody else. I would have mind if if they would have gave this trios to like the Hurt Syndicate and like have Swerve be the third guy. Like as long as it's with the conglomeration, it's just pre-show title. That's all I view it as.
Fair enough, fair enough. And Liam, anything else to add before we move to the main card?
Yeah, bro, it was one of the worst matches I've ever watched. Um, I don't like them. I don't like them. You said it. I think it actually was when we were watching the show together, not on live. That they were better in the Undisputed Era, and I fully agree. I think they're just a waste. Like, what are we doing with them? Orange Cassidy. I generally would yeah, that explains. I can't even speak. I would rather watch Sami Zayn, and everybody knows I hate Sami Zayn. I can't stand him. He's so cringe. But yeah, I don't want to take up the full show talking on it. But Tony Khan facial expressions after drinking the coffee was funnier than that match. And I'll show you
I mean,
that
like,
after. It's
yeah,
hilarious.
no, I do agree. I do agree. I would say this. I think Orange Cassidy, his shtick has gotten old. I think he needs a change of. Well, they all do. I think the conglomeration in a hell needs a shake up. Needs a change. That's all good answer. We'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you on Thursday. Actually, be the Thursday show. But yes, I feel like the conglomeration in general needs a change. I think it needs a shake up in its whole group in what it is because right now it just looks like a bunch of jobbers put together. There's not really any one leader to it. There's not really a direction it's going with, and them holding the trios titles, they're holding it hostage because originally when the trios titles came out, there was banger matches. There was matches that you wanted to see, trios that you wanted to kind of say, okay, let's make this a thing. And if you have a trios title, it needs to be respected. So, but we'll move on. We'll move on to the main card and the first match of the evening. It was weird because some of the entrances was happening on the pre-show. I think
Yeah.
there was a segment that kind of went a bit long, so they had entrances on the pre-show and on the main show. I don't know whether it was meant to be on pre-show or main show. I don't know what they're doing, but they
I
need
think-
to kind of
With that thing where they honoured whoever it was they honoured, without being disrespectful, they went way over. Because I think that whole match should have been on the pre-show. Because they kept on saying tonight on the pre-show, and then showed it. So, but yeah, Karen.
Yeah, and I feel like that probably cost some of the other matches later on down the line. That if you're taking time out of the main show for a pre-show match, yeah, sometimes certain segments on the pre-show shouldn't be there. Maybe just do a Twitter post, a Reddit page or something like that. But the six-way ladder match for the number one contendership of the AEW International Championship, it was the El Clone, Nick Wayne, Commander, Beast Motors, Jack Perry, and Mike Bailey Speedball. Speedball ended up being your winner. I'm going to start the other way around with Liam. How did you feel about the match? What were some of the spots you liked?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Who's the guy that does the running across the ropes?
Commander.
See, I liked that spot, and when he did it, it was cool and so on. But you knew he was going to do it because Nick Wayne was already led on the table. And I don't know if it was a camera issue where they didn't show Commander hitting him and getting him on the table. But for me, the way I seen it, I could be wrong. It looked like he led himself on the table for the spot. And again, I know that wrestling's scripted, but and it's a
What?
fest. Oh my god, it's a
It's
spot.
scripted?
fest,
It's real
but,
to me.
It's real to me, damn it. But for me, he just led on the table. But it was a cool spot. Loads of cool stuff in there, to be honest with you. At one point, I thought Jack Perry was going to get thumbtacks out, but it was loads of tables he got out instead. But yeah, a really, really fun match. Probably one of the fun matches of the whole show. Obviously, we've got some banger matches to talk about, but we'll talk about that when we talk about it. But yeah, overall, happy with the match.
Nice, nice, nice. Lewis, next. How did you feel
Oh
about
yeah,
it?
I very much enjoyed this match, and after rewatching it, I enjoyed the ending more. I'm glad Speedball won it because out of all the other six, I probably would have wanted Wayne to win it. But since Speedball already has history with Kyle Fletcher, I would take Speedball winning it, to be honest. So I was very happy with the match. It's probably in my top five for this pay per view.
And that's another thing as well. Before we go to Aziz quickly, um, King, did you go to sleep before you seen the presser?
I didn't see all the presser. No.
No. So they had a little bit of tension at the presser,
Mhm. Yeah.
which at the time was corny, but I understand what they were doing. So Speedball was just talking on the and so on, and Carl Fletcher was in the background going, tapping his wrist, basically saying, "I want to talk now, piss off." And then like there was like this weird corny thing where he's like, and he wouldn't shake his hand. But yeah, that's for later in the show. I guess we can talk about more. But yeah, sure, Aziz.
I thought this match was. I already wrote in my notes before the match happened because we do it every time. We have give our predictions, and I wrote down gonna be good match, but merchants, and I was right. It was a great match, but they're still all merchants, bro. They're Speedball is gonna be a Kyle Fletcher victim. If he wins, Tony Khan needs to step down, like retire, bro. If you give it to Mike Speedball, Mike Bailey, and not Bandito. But yeah, like it was a great match. Like this is my number two on my list of great matches in this pay per view. But yeah, I wanted Commander to win because I just like his stuff in Ring of Honor, and I've seen Nick Wayne as well and his stuff in New Japan and stuff like that. Even his stuff with GCW in with Will Ospreay. But again, I didn't have my guy in there, Leo Rush. So my heart was a bit broken while that match was going on. But yeah, great match. Okay winner. Great spots. Just like a fun match to start the show off, which I know it's supposed to be a pre-show, but that was the first match of the pay-per-view. So great match to start it off.
Yeah. I will say this. I think that match was too good to be in the pre-show. So I'm glad that the thing went overtime and it was on the main show because I feel like it deserved a main show spot. Ideally, you probably wouldn't want it to open a show. It seems like one of those matches that's like in the middle of a pay-per-view that would be good to kind of boost people up again because there was a couple bad matches in the middle where a ladder match afterwards would have kind of boosted. Like if you're the crowd, you want to pick them up again for the later stages of the card because there was some real bad downturns in this card. But I would say this: am I excited by the winner? Not really. I'm not really a fan of Speedball myself. I would have preferred maybe a Nick Wayne, maybe a Beast Mortis or a Commander to win. But as long as it wasn't Jack Perry, I didn't mind it too much because I think he's a fraud. But you know, some great spots in that match. Commander really showed up and showed out. I think if you weren't a fan of him before, I think you're a fan of him now in terms of some of the things that he was doing, and it's completely different from what you normally get from other wrestlers. To be able to kind of run across the ropes like that, that's unique. That's something you don't see every day, and I think he's definitely got a bright future if he's given the keys to the kingdom to be able to even be like a TNT champion. Maybe going up against Kevin Knight would be nice. Yeah, Beast Mortis shined as well. He did as well. But we move to the actual what was actually meant to start the full event in a tag team match. The Young Bucks versus the Death Riders main team. I call them the main team because they have 3 tag teams, and this was the main one. John Moxley, Will Ospreay with Marina Shafir in tow. I'm gonna start with Lewis on this one, and then work our way around. How did you feel about the match? How did you feel about Young Bucks winning? And what was your overall feelings?
All right, so this is what I was saying that after rewatching, this is in my bottom three matches of the whole pay per view. I thought this match sucked. I thought from the sequences to the entrance to even the actual winners winning it. I never want to see Will Ospreay and John Moxley as a tag team again. I hope I never see Will Ospreay in a tag team ever again. He does not work in a tag team. His brother cannot wrestle in a tag team. You need to have him do his own thing. The Young Bucks facing Kirsten Cage at All In. I don't like that decision. You need to give it to somebody else. The Young Bucks have already enough matches, and some of the sequences in this match were just not good. Um, I thought at first I thought everybody did well besides Moxley, but after viewing it again, I thought everybody did poor, in my opinion. Yeah, I was not a big fan of this match after the rewatch. I thought it was an incredibly poor match. It's down there for me with the Bang Bang Gang and the Firewall match.
That's the bomber. That's the Lewis bomber right there. But I'll go next to Aziz. Do you have the same feelings of that match? Was it that bad, or are you a bit indifferent to it?
I'm a bit indifferent to it. Like I agree with Lewis, the entrance, but then again, like I'm also thinking of it in a way of storytelling as well. Like we have to do both in this, like with our minds. We have to think of it as the storyline and as a match. As a storyline, I see what they were doing with the entrance, like making him come out with the Death Riders in their own theme and everything like that, to show that he's a Death Rider and him having the badge of the Death Riders on his back. And but then again, the match was lackluster. It was again a spot fest, which I do like. I like a good spot fest, like the Swerve and Osprey match at Forbidden Door. That was a spot fest, but it was a good spot fest. This was just a spot fest for the sake of it. Like you could have done so much more with this. You could have done so much. This had so much potential, but I see what they're trying to do with it. They're trying to show that Osprey might be a Death Rider, and they're showing that, but he still has a good side. But he's also a Death Rider by not hitting Nick Jackson with his hidden blades when he was on the ground, when he already had a head injury. And that I found very weird, the head injury saga thing. I thought that just like ruined the whole momentum after that. Like before it was going well, and then after it was just like stupid. Him acting like he doesn't know where he is. Like bro, you just clashed heads. I understand it hurts, but it doesn't make you lose your memory for that long. And it's at first I thought it was real, but after like him wrestling again, I was like, all right, this is clearly like they wanted to do it. This was a spot in the match, but it is what it is, man. They had a lot of potential for the match, and they just went fully with is he a Death Rider? Is he not? Without giving us a good match that we expected. Because I said this match was going to be graps. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Big up Deontay in the building, but
Big up the answer.
I would like to hear, Liam's thoughts and views. Obviously, he's a bruv merchant, so how did you feel about Will Ospreay, bruv, and his tag team match?
So, I've got a 4-letter word. Shit. I didn't like the entrance. The main thing for me for the entrance is to sing Ospreay's song.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. Even though I've been watching like 2 minutes. But like that's the thing for me. You sing his song. I get it. I understand it. On his back, he didn't have his thing. He had the Death Riders logo on his knee pad. He had the Death Riders logo. I get it. We don't know if he is. We don't know if he's not. Then he comes out with him. But like that is a Moxley entrance. He starts walking one way. No, I'm going the other way. What I'm about. He starts doing it like he's just showing that he's a dickhead, basically, in certain sense, or a scumbag type of person. You know what I mean? Where then Will he just looked like an idiot, to be honest with you. It's generally like putting, I don't know, like a super random wrestler in the Shield entrance. It wouldn't make sense.
Like a Kurt Angle.
Yeah. When Kurt Angle did it, it was like, what are you doing now? The match itself, I don't get the whole like clashing head and all of that thing. I understand again previous thing, but like it generally looked like he wasn't all there, and I get that that's the point, but it just made the thing look shitty because they're supposed to be the best tag team of all time or whatever. That's the way that they're put over. Even though I think they're the knockoff Rockers. But yeah, that's neither here or there. Whole different conversation. I agree with Lewis. Will Ospreay in the tag team, it just doesn't make sense whatsoever. You're like he's just had a 5-star match with Swerve, and then you're putting him in there with one of the slow wrestlers in John Moxley. Go on.
Can I say something? Sorry to cut you off, but
That's fine.
Will in New Japan with the United Empire, he can have good matches in a tag team. He's a trios champion, for God's sake. He's not fit for a tag team with Moxley. Moxley is not like a Will Ospreay tag team kind of guy. Like when Ospreay is in New Japan with Hanare and Great Khan, they elevate him because he's the main guy in that tag team. Moxley is his own thing. Moxley is like a whole different type thing, even though Great Khan and Hanare are. But they're there to make Ospreay look good. But with Moxley, it was just like, who do you focus on? Because they're just like super different types of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Moxley is like a slow, methodical wrestler who doesn't do like super
Just
kicks,
doesn't
flips.
gel.
Yeah, it doesn't gel. And Ospreay is like the flippy guy. He does all the crazy spots. Like they just don't gel together. And like we said this in the show when we were watching it together. I think it was Lewis that said it. Him with Pac would be crazy because they gel. They do that type of thing. Him with Claudio Castagnoli, they could work. Like when Claudio's doing the spin thing, like when he's spinning around, he can do a hidden blade while they're spinning around. That will work. But Moxley, he doesn't do that type of thing. He's like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. But yeah, like carry on. Sorry to cut you off and go on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I've cut, I think, 2 of you off in the show anyway, so don't worry about that. But yeah, like I agree. Like they don't gel together. I understand why he's put him in the tag team, Tony Khan, because you're trying to. It's the leader trying to get him on side, basically. And then obviously we'll talk about what happens at the end of the show later. But like again, like I think it's going to be a special case for Will. I don't think John's going to give up when he should give up. But yeah, like overall, the match itself, I agree with Lewis. It was terrible, and I was looking forward to the match as well. Two really good tag teams in a sense, and it just didn't work. But yeah.
I have an interesting view on this match. I think it was right ideas, wrong execution.
Okay.
I think the ideas about Will Ospreay conceding he's a Death Rider coming out to the entrance. You can still play Will Ospreay's music after the initial hit. You can have could have even put like a joint one where it starts Death Rider, then you get the Ospreay,
like a remix.
Remix kind of thing. But I understand you don't want fans to cheer for him when he's a heel, so I understand why they didn't put the music in. In terms of in the match, the idea of the head injury makes sense, but I think it was the wrong body part. I think if you were going to do that idea, what would have been better would have been if it was like a pretend broken leg or like an injury to the leg, because then that would have looked more realistic in terms of we've seen it before where heels would target a body part again and again and again, and that could have easily shown the kind of duality of man of Will Ospreay without having that weird head injury thing where it's a leg injury this time where he's limping and John Moxley's telling him, go for the kill, go take his leg out, do what you need to do to kind of end him. That kind of storyline could have worked, but I think they executed it wrong. And with the head injury thing, I think it just kind of ruined the whole ebbs and flow of the match, as you guys have said. And I just think in the long run, Moxley and Ospreay just don't work together. I just think their styles contrast too much. It would be good for a one-on-one match because those contrasting styles can create magic against each other, but together it doesn't work. And I think the Young Bucks, for me, is as a tag team, one of the greats, but right now they aren't the level that they used to be, and it feels like they're just rehearsing the old hits again and again with their matches. It's not. It's like they're trying to just do the same thing again and again. They're not trying to elevate. They're not trying to change the game anymore. They ain't the Generation B or the Young Bucks when they were up and coming and they were doing crazy things and trying to get their name out. They just seem to. They're basically like the in other terms, they're like the John Cena of tag teams. You know what you're going to get from them. They're going to do the same kind of moves. You're going to see a Meltzer
Four
drop.
moves of doom, and then we just move on at that point.
Yeah, you're going to see the super kick party. You're going to see the same rehearsed kind of moves, and after a while, you kind of really don't want to see it, and that's why their was bad as well. Well, but overall, bang average match.
I do think the thing that, and I'm going to shut up after this because this match infuriated me. I want you to know. This match after my second viewing,
no, let it go, man.
More
let it go.
than I thought.
This is why we're
I
here.
get that you're trying to build a story, but what were you doing the past 2 weeks doing tag teams to jobbers? I don't care about Will Ospreay's straight up like, oh, should I do it? Should I not in a pay-per-view? I care about that in a Dynamite or in a Collision. In a pay-per-view, I want to see shit fly, and then he makes that decision at the end like this. If we're just gonna drag it out, what the hell were you doing jobbing out to like all these tag teams in Collision and Dynamite? Continue. I'll go on.
For me, I understand fully what you're saying. I actually agree. I actually believe like if you're gonna try to turn Will, I think what they should have done is have John Moxley be like the guy outside of the ring, like a manager. Obviously, not be the manager. He's not going to be a manager. He's a wrestler. I get that. But like, for instance, like when Paul Bearer would like lift the urn, that would be the kill shot. That's the kill shot. Like obviously he's not going to bring out a freaking urn. I know that. But like, just whatever, have a shot. Like if it's that or whatever, like kill him, do it. Hidden blade to the head, whatever. You know what I mean? Rather than trying to make a slow guy mixed with a fast guy. It doesn't make sense. Like it generally is like putting Cena in there.
Yeah.
Like I know that Cena got rid out of AJ, but that's because of AJ.
And then my 2 other gripes is Will Ospreay not coming out in his own team. And I get it, you're trying to have him be a heel, but cut me the BS. He came into AEW from New Japan as a heel with his song, and people were still cheering him. Bro, Ospreay is one of those people that whether he's heel or face, like MJF, they're gonna cheer you regardless.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You're trying to find a way to like make him hate it. It's not gonna work, bro. Like this guy, he has a fan base straight off New Japan itself, and this is even before his Rev Pro stuff, in which he amassed fans, and then all his Forbidden Door thing with like Omega or like Swerve and all that stuff. So like you're trying to put him with the Death Riders. Cool. And then even then the entrance himself, you do all this cool entrance with like his attire just for that to change in less than 24 hours. So and then the whole thing with the Young Bucks, bro, you guys have won it like 3 or 4 times. Why couldn't I don't know, Shane Taylor Promotions put a tag team here or the Rascals or something like that and have them win and have them go to All In? Whether they would lose to Christian and Cage, cool, but at least you're giving other people opportunities to go for the belts. I don't really get right, exactly. The Young Bucks are not going to lose in All In, let's be honest. But it's similar to like Moxley holding the belt. These people don't need the belts, bro. They don't at the end of the day.
Something just clicked in my mind. You know what they're trying to do? Like you know best, Lewis. Like you were watching when the Elite, like being the Elite, was happening.
Yeah.
You saw that the crossover between the New Day and the Young Bucks and Kenny and everything. That's what they're trying to do. The Young Bucks win at All In. The New Day come out. They're like, oh my God, the connection is there. Like because they have history. They were friends before like all this happened.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Like after the Young Bucks win, you're gonna hear it's a new something. Yes, it is. Yeah. And then they come out. That's what they're trying to do. But yeah, I agree with you fully. And also like this is like I know it's like light and day. We shouldn't compare this, but this is going in the route of like the John Cena retirement tour. Hear me out. Because if you watch Unreal, and I didn't, I just saw clips of it, they said that we are trying to make John Cena do the opposite of what the fans want, to ruin wrestling. And this is what they're trying to do here as well. Like, we love Osprey's theme. They didn't give it to us. We love Osprey's stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they're not giving it to us. And people still cheered John Cena. And people are still cheering Osprey. So I just don't want them to think that, oh, they're still cheering it. This is working. No. We are cheering because we support Osprey.
The guy,
The wrestler.
Same with MJF.
Exactly, yeah. Like, exactly. And even John Cena, even Randy Orton. Like, we cheer them because they're legends, they're great wrestlers, and they're great, like, entertainers. Mm-hmm. We're not cheering the way they're going, because the way they're going is not the best.
Yeah.
I agree
with 2026, bro. Like, it's not the attitude era anymore. Like, bro, your fans are smarter than you think they are.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah. But I'm done with this, because if I keep on talking, I'm punching my window. I'm gonna be honest. So let's just move.
No, as I said, it was just wrong execution. I think I like some of the ideas going into it storytelling wise, but just wrong execution. Also, when you said about Moxley being his manager, that's what made his match versus Swerve at the end so special.
Exactly.
Every single one of them came out.
Exactly.
And then he did the kill shot. That's what you want.
What is Swerve's move called?
The kill shot.
Yeah.
Is that the kill shot?
House call, I think.
He literally
Now it's the house call.
He literally no-sold it because John was there looking at him like
he was like that, and he looked back and he hit him.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of thing would have worked. Well, yeah, we move. Obviously, actually no. We'll quickly talk about that backstage segment that happened as well because of this match, where John tells Will
with Renee.
If John tells Will, basically, if you're not willing to do what is necessary, we're gonna do it.
We'll do it. Yeah.
How did you guys feel about that? Is there anyone that want to add a quick little bit onto that as well?
I'm fully with it. Everyone. You guys know that I like Osprey. Like, stop being a pussy. I get that he's conflicted, but at the same time, like, similar to the thumbnail, you're either a hero or you're a face. There is no in between. When they cheer MGF, they're still cheering a heel. He's not face. He is a heel. He's a douchebag, but we like it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm fully with it. Like, John Moxley's like, if you're not gonna do it, well, I'm gonna do it. We will do it. The Death Riders will do it. This is what we're about. You're not gonna change us. So you're either with us or against us, type of thing. So yeah, no, I fully agree with you. And I like that he was shouting it, and Will afterwards just stood there like pissed off. But yeah, continue.
Anyone else want to add or no?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool segment because you see how Moxley feels versus how Osprey feels.
Yes.
Osprey still sees them, like the elite, as good guys. Yeah, friends and good guys. Whereas Moxley sees them as his competition, and he doesn't care about who gets in his way. And that's the mentality Moxley wants Osprey to have. And obviously, we see that come to fruition in the main event. We'll get to that later. But
yeah,
I think that with them saying that if you don't do it, we will, I think that's like something they're either going to attack Will on Dynamite or Omega at Dynamite, because Will didn't do it, right? Will didn't do the whole thing, and we'll get to that when we do. What if Moxley does it instead of Will? What if he does it to Will? Like, that's another question to be answered. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, an interesting Dynamite.
Yeah. Lewis, anything else, or should we move?
Nah, Moxley's good as a coach. Pack it up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. In the words of a Death Rider, new Death Rider fan, Gabe Kidd fan, stop being a bitch, Will.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move to what I would say was the match of the night. I would say was 6 stars. I would say was everything that wrestling is meant to be. The only thing that was bad about it is the bomb is is that the guy that I wanted to win didn't win. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Kyle Fletcher defeats Bandido. Now, I would like to hear a thesis from everyone about how great this match was. And I'll start with Mr. I'll feel something. Lewis, go ahead. Yeah, you're Bandido's biggest fan, so let the people know.
Anybody who's watching this, even in the panel, you guys could go argue with a wall, your grandmother, or half of your spirit ancestors. The international title this year has been cooking as a division. It has been cooking more consistently than the AEW title, and it's even been cooking more consistently than any other title in AEW. What were my notes? That's all I fucking know. And it got so bad when I was watching some spot. I just did that because I was so pissed at how good this match was. So I'm gonna devote 2 minutes to blazing Fletcher and Bandito. So if you guys will allow me, this match cleansed all of the mid stuff that I saw from that Moxley Ospreay match. Like I forgot that match even existed or was even acknowledged. This match, don't get me wrong, it was a slow build up, but when it picked up speed, this
I felt something.
Where's my Okada thing? Fuck all this. Hold on. This. And you wanna know what's a crime? This is the first time these two have faced each other. So Tony Khan, turn this into a series. Don't let this be the last of them. Because if you do, this is a crime. The potential that these two have against one another, it's crazy. And also, respectfully speaking, I have to give credit to Kyle Fletcher. I'm sorry, but this brother is ready for the main title. I don't know about y'all, but for me, he's ready for the main title. I get it. People might want to give it to Jay White and stuff, like maybe he might be a head to go for me. Nah, bro, pack it up. Give it to Fletcher. If when Will wins this at All In, Fletcher needs to be one of the first ones to fight Will Ospreay or like have a feud with him for that main belt. Because the way they wrestled was phenomenal. I don't really have anything more to say. I almost cried tears of joy. I felt something. Was I happy with the result? No, but to be honest, that's much more of like a bigger conversation to be had where I need Bandito to lose that Ring of Honor title so he could be in AEW like full time and start going for the titles. Because Bandito's ready to be in AEW. I'm sorry, like he clears everybody at Ring of Honor right now, in my opinion. That 21 plex that he does is disgusting. I mean, that spot with the 21 plex. Oh my days! And my 2 minutes are up. 10 out of 10. The best match of the night for me, and yeah, the international title once again carrying the promotion. Um, it is what it is. Game's game. And that's it. I'm done.
Brilliant stuff from Lewis. And speaking of the number man that starts with an L, because Bandito took it, Liam, go ahead.
Yeah, the match was one of the best matches I've seen. The finish was not the finish, is in the result was dumb. I didn't know that Takeshita was in the G1 that same day, but for me, I think we missed something here. I do feel something. This match was amazing. We've seen it. Bandito could wrestle generally a corpse, and it'd be a good match. And I know that's dark. I'm sorry, but he could. They say a broomstick, but what's a broomstick gonna do? So yeah, for me, just a joke of a wrestler. The stuff that he can do. Carl Fletcher got some good stuff in there as well. I'm not trying to take it away from him, not at all. And I understand to an extent why they keep him with the championship. Takeshita probably needs to go against him again for it, or maybe even Okada. But like for me personally, get that shitty silver title off of him. Like, respectfully to Ring of Honor, we're not in the days where Daniel Bryan was, or Bryan Danielson, sorry, he's not WWE, was there killing killer matches. We're not there anymore. You know what I mean? Get that silver shit off of him. He needs some gold, not silver, but he's not second place. which he was in this match. But yeah, match amazing, absolutely fantastic. Would have loved if they went somewhere else, even Okada, if he would have costed him. But I think we're going to build to Okada and Takeshita versus him for that title after he absolutely slaps that bum that won the contract. Because they're going to Mexico. You may as well not go. Just stay at home. You know what I mean? Drink some tea.
It's probably going to be the best match of that Mexican card, because the last 2 times they faced each other, it was bangers.
Yeah. But yeah, Bandito should have won for me, but I understand why not. And yeah, my main thing, please, Tony Khan, don't put him in the tag team. I don't want to see him. I love Brodito, don't get it twisted, but I need to see more singles matches. And in person as well. I don't want to see him in a tag team match. You know what I mean? It's all right for Lewis. Lewis could go every week if he wanted to. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna keep, if I can. How you know? If I keep talking, I'll be here all day. Yeah, one of the greatest matches I've watched in wrestling in general. It was amazing.
Nice. Next up, Aziz. How did you feel? Did you feel something?
I felt something. I felt a lot, to be honest. I don't know what I felt, but something was there. Bro, like this match, I'll be honest, we all thought it was a slow start, but
Yes.
that's wrestling. That's wrestling.
Yeah.
You get that feeling out process, the peak, and then the end. And when we said that it was slow, it was the beginning of it. So I'll put my hands up. I hold accountability. I said it was slow in the beginning, but when it picked up, it picked up, bro. It picked up. And like, man, what a wrestler Bandito is, bro. Like I'll get to this in a bit. My point is that Kyle Fletcher should drop that title. Like as Lewis said, he's ready for the world title. Like there's no if, buts, or maybes. He has the character. He has the wrestling. He has the star power. The only thing left is the title. And him against Ospreay will be legendary because they already have that feud because they were best friends before it. And they had a killer match in a steel cage. And if they can recreate that match once again, cinema. But before this match happened on the live stream, I told you guys, I don't see him, Bandito, as an international champion. I see him as a continental champion. Because in the continental, you have to be the workhorse. Even though Moxley isn't the workhorse right now for that title, Bandito is. And you know Bandito can go. And he can have banger matches with like anybody. You can put any Kingston in there and he'll have a banger match with him. But that's nor here nor there. But this match was the best of the night. After this, everything was downhill from there. Like nothing topped this or was close to it even. This was the best match. And yeah, man, graps.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree with all three of you. I think it's not just the best match of the night. I think it's around the top 5 matches of the year in terms of two guys going fully at it. I think I do agree with Aziz that Bandito should go for the Continental title at some point in the future. I think that would be great for that title, for him to have it and him to be able to have matches with some of the best wrestlers in that company and actually make it a workhorse title again. I think Kyle Fletcher eventually loses this title to one of the Japs, probably Okada or Takeshita, and then eventually faces his former friend Will Ospreay for the main title. And I do agree that both have shown that they deserve the next step up. They've both shown that they are great champions in their respective divisions. They've both shown that they can go on a big stage and put on the best match of the night, better than the main event, better than anything that this card had to offer. And yeah, man, it's just about time that these two get the respect that they deserve and that they get to move up. Bandito needs to be full-time AEW, and Kyle Fletcher should be the main event guy. Whether it's with or without the Don Callis family, I think it should be without them. I think that should be his next step. I think that we'll talk more about Don Callis family business further down the pay-per-view, but I think there should be another man that should be leading that group. And if there are a couple members to leave, I think him and Okada need to move on because they don't need a group behind them. Them two is in particular, they just need to be doing their own thing. And I think Kyle Fletcher, it's time for him to just fly. And this match showed that he can fly with the best of them. But we move on to the next game. From the greatest match of the show to the worst match of the show. We went from the highest of heights to the lowest of lows.
Or the fall from grace.
What a fool. Double chain match. David Finlay, Clark Connors defeat the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, and Switchblade Jay White.
Let me change this.
I'd like to start on this one because I know you guys haven't really got much to say. Jay White, you're better than this. Also, I also would say this. Chain matches don't work. Stop doing that shit. Let's be honest. It would have been better just to be a regular tag team match. They would have had a lot more opportunities to show their skill sets that these four wrestlers have. These four are too good to be doing chain matches together. Like for me, some gimmick matches work. This is a gimmick that needs to be left in the past. It severely limits what they are capable of, and severely limits the moves and the way they can move and how they can do things. And I think for me, it just didn't work. These four guys are too good to put on that kind of performance. I know Jay White's coming back from an injury, but the other three guys are also great wrestlers and have shown in the past in Japan, have shown in the past in AEW that they can go when given the right opportunity. Don't put this double chain match on ever again. Just keep it normal between these guys. And if they're going to do a gimmick match, just make it be a cage match. That would have been much more entertaining than this dog shit. And it's funny because they called the dogs, because that's what it was. It was dogs. And with that being said, that's all I got to say. I'm going to move on to Aziz. Say your couple words, and then we'll move on to the next man.
I'll say what it was. It was mid because I thought this match was going to be good because it's Jay White, and like even though I understand he came back from an injury, well, we can't just be using that excuse again and again and again for him coming short. You know what I mean? Like since he came back and Redemption, there's been like a whole pay-per-view change. So he has had like wrestling off shows and like in the dark and everything. Like, because when you're a wrestler, you have to hone your craft. And by honing your craft, I mean you have to wrestle. And he must have wrestled. And this was just not his best. And I agree with you, King, the fact that they should just let this go. Exactly. It was mid. They should let this go, the chain match. And I'll throw another one in there, the dog collar match. They should let that go as well. Because it's just the same thing, but tied around their neck. Yeah, man, it was lackluster. No real story was being told. And the only good thing for me was that Marina Shafir came out and gave David Finlay the shillelagh. The only good thing for me.
Oh, so you could get CRS. That's all you wanted. Just
No.
Yeah, damn, and then he moved on. But Lewis, go ahead, say your couple words, and then we'll.
I'm not giving this match any attention out of my life or existence. It's mid. Next.
And Liam.
We need to have conversations about Jay White. He's not as good as people were saying he was. Because from what I've seen, I've been shown a Will Ospreay match. But yeah, that's diabolically shit, bro. Like for a fan that's recently started watching him in general. And obviously a lot of you guys show me stuff in the past. Bro, it's generally like showing me a Will Ospreay match, and now it's a Hulk Hogan match. I'm being dead serious. That's the drop off. We're on Mount Everest, and you just got rid of Everest, and I'm just falling constantly for 5 minutes. So yeah, and I can looking at MJF's face. That's how I feel. It's just me. But yeah, continue. My bad.
Yeah. I think, it's not to Jay White standards that we know, or any of the four men. I think all four men, as I said, they deserve better and they deserve more. Don't
Yeah.
put this type of match on ever again, man. Just a regular tag team would have banged a bit more. But we move.
I will say this as the last point. Jay White needs to do what Gabe Kidd's doing. He needs to go to New Japan and rebuild himself, and that's it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think him back in Japan would bang. Would bang definitely.
Kyoto Suji and Jay White, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And from mid to more mid, TBS Championship match. Whose world? It's Maya's world. As she defeats Hikaru Shida for the championship. You know, M's down. You know what I'm saying? M's up, baby. Maya's world, baby.
Do you people have no shame?
Maya
You
world,
people
baby.
disgusts me.
Yeah, man. Obviously, she took off the title off the Fat Io Sky. That's what the word on the street, what she's called. But yeah, man with the M's up. I'll get Lewis to start off with this one.
All right. I will say this, and this is in general with the pay-per-view. The way they put these matches, it should have been rearranged. This should have been a pre-show match, in my opinion. I don't really think it would have been as bad if it was a pre-show match. Personally, I did not think it was a good match. I did not like the match at all. However, the only saving grace from this match is that Cheetah does not have the belt because I wanted somebody young and up and coming to have this belt the same way that they gave it to Kevin for the TNT title. And I got that, but I wanted that for Persephone, not for my. I'll take it because I think she's gonna lose it to Persephone in the future. But to be honest, this is one of these matches where it should have been in the pre-show, in my opinion. I don't think it should have been in the main card.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think, if you swap this in the ladder match, I think you get a much better.
Yeah, the pay-per-view would have probably gotten a higher rating if you swapped. If you rearrange certain matches, I promise you, I don't think the pay-per-view would have had a low rating as I have it. Like if you would have put the dogs match, the TBS match, like in like the pre-show, the pay-per-view would have been as bad. But I think I think the pay-per-view suffers heavily from these two matches.
100%. Aziz, anything else to add?
Bro, before this match started, in my notes, I know I keep going back to my notes, but that's like, it is what it is. I wrote match 7, AEW TBS, shit, everybody loses. And everybody lost. By watching that match, nobody won. You weren't entertained. There was no story being told. Nothing happened. That was just a shit match. And I like a Jey Uso match would have been better than that because at least you can laugh at the guy for being bad. In this one, you were just feeling depressed. And like, I'm sorry, it was a bad match, man. It was a bad match. Yeah.
Damn. And last but not least, Liam.
Talking about the Maya World match.
Yeah. Whose world? Maya's world.
Yeah. I think they need to, because the title Kevin Knight's got the same title, right? But the men's.
Yeah, the
No.
TNT title, basically. It's like the TV show title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
TV show.
Yeah. For me, they need to go away from having mid things. They've done this before with Jade Cargill and her 53-0 or whatever the hell it was when she was there. She had that title for the longest. And they're still just allowing it to have shit wrestlers, respectfully. I don't get it. There's so many wrestlers that I would rather watch Marina Shafir have that title. She'd put on a good match. Or what's Anna Jay doing? Like, I know that there was something to do with her contract or something, but like, what's she doing? Like, put on a good match. Like, this was one of the. Generally, this is the worst AEW match I've ever watched.
I agree with that.
To be honest, this should have been Persephone's title, but
Yeah, again, I don't know what they're doing. I'm really
Imagine like a
confused.
Persephone versus Marina Shafir on this, not a My World and Sheeta.
Right.
Like, respectfully, this is where Willow should have won this belt tonight or last night. That's the bout she should win.
Right.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tony Khan's a mark, so it is what it is.
Yeah, like there's a lot of women's stars that could have possibly been in this position, especially if you look at some of the wrestlers that Jamie Hayter or someone like that. Maybe even if you wanted to give a title to Megan Bay, Lena Cross, this is the type of title you could have gave them in order for this to kind of move the needle.
Bro
But-
heard Megan Bain and he started smiling. I'm dead.
You had
Bro,
Lena Cross,
yeah,
but like this is a
give them all
title
the
for like a Serena Deeb would have been good, or like even one of Tekla's minions, Sky Blue.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of stars that in the women's division that aren't getting usage, so you might as well use them. You've got a big women's division. Also, what happened to Camille? Camille was imagine a Persephone versus Camille match for this title, kind of making it,
Right.
upgrading it its level. But yeah,
Right.
I will say this: it is a good thing that a young superstar's winning it, but is she ready for the title? No, but I think it's an opportunity to improve her with the title, similar to what they tried to do with Jade Cargill. But I would say this: Maya World has more potential than a Jade Cargill because I think she can at least do more wrestling moves and seems more viable as someone that can improve over time.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, for
Cargill,
sure.
Cargill was not improving anytime soon, and she still has.
No. Yeah.
So that's the kind of positive note. Anyway, we move from mid to mid segment. Ricochet and his boys challenge the trios champion on Dynamite. Anyway, I don't think anyone has anything to add to that one. And then we move to the next match. For the tag team champions, Cope and Cage. Hey, big up Rasta every single time. Go check his channel out. Cope and Cage versus the Death Riders, Pac and Claudio Castagnoli. Eeny, miny, mo, cut your tiger by a toe. I'll start. Hey, bless up. I will start with Liam. I would like your thoughts and feelings on this match, on Cage and
Yeah.
Cope winning the title, and obviously the Young Bucks coming out at the end to challenge them.
Yeah, so I just put again another 4-letter word. Crap. I just respectfully, I know they're legends, but again, this is Tony Khan being a mark. He said in the presser at the end, "This was such a good match." I don't know why he turned it to Hulk Hogan, but fuck it. It's such a good match. These are the greatest tag team, and I get to he's like fangirling over them, and like if this match would have been when they were in WWF doing that free, the Dudleys versus Hardys versus them, I get it. We're not there anymore. Edge can barely walk to the ring. Like, what are we doing? Or Cope, Edge, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, for me personally, just give it up, Gramps. Like, generally, go into being a manager, go into being whatever. You ain't that good no more. Like, respectfully. And, like, he's generally, in my opinion, there for his song. For Aziz to deafen me every single time we watch it backstage. Dead ass. That is the only reason he's there. Because the match was shit. And then, yeah, them coming out at the end just shows, again, Tony Khan he's fangirling. He wants to put arguably the best in the elite versus his fangirl moment bullshit. So, yeah, overall, good, I guess. But for me, like, it's just Tony Khan being a mark, to be honest with you. I think sometimes he puts his own booking over what the fans actually want to see. Like, yeah, it's just ass.
I disagree with that. I think he does what the fans want, but that's a minority of the fans that want it. They're like the nostalgia freaks, you know what I mean? That's the fans that Tony Khan listens to, because that's why he's called a mark, because he does what all the fans want, the safe option, not the different option. But yeah, like it is what it is, man. This match was, I think, the second. No, I think this was the best tag team match on this card, which is saying something. Like
Yeah.
they did put on a good show, but like Pac and Claudio were the ones that carried it. I'll be so honest. They like the selling that Pac was doing was making Christian Cage look good.
Right.
Yeah, like this was the best tag team match on the whole card. The other ones was just lackluster, and yeah, man, it is what it is.
Can you imagine Pac with the Continental title?
And
I mean,
that's the thing as
like-
well. You make a really good point. I'll let Lewis continue in a second, but you make a really good point. From what I said, I fully agree. Pac and Casanova were amazing, but it's the fact that they're in there with two old timers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like getting Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy to wrestle, brother. It's not going to happen. But
oh
they're
yeah,
in the
pack it up at that point.
You know what I mean? But yeah, continue, Lewis. My bad.
Oh no, I was gonna say, can you imagine Pac with the Continental title? I mean, I would have rather taken that than what I saw. I thought that match was, but it's not gonna matter because they're gonna lose it in All In. So
Yeah, but they're gonna lose it to the Bucks.
listen, bro, this is the Spain Argentina final situation. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. For me,
Wait,
yeah, I say I
Stop this
think
here.
for me, I think Pac and Claudio Castagnoli deserve more, deserve better. No Motor City either. I don't think they're available yet, maybe, or they're going to.
No,
be.
not yet. No.
But yeah, Pac and Claudio, for me, they deserve better than this. I think they were wasted in this match. I think they could be. For me, they're better off as individual superstars. I don't know why they are splitting the Death Riders into 3 tag teams. The first tag team lost on the Collision. Second one lost. The third, all Death
All of them
Riders
lost.
did was lose. So I'm not supposed to be scared of the Batty Riders if all they do is lose.
the only one that didn't lose was Marina Shafir.
Yeah, and she's the.
I mean, did she got curbs?
No, she got
No, that's not a match though.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
that was a moral
Bro.
loss, but not a match loss.
Bro, she
I
got
don't
head
care.
kicked. What we doing?
No, that was a
this
moral
guy-
loss.
You're shameless, but yeah,
I am.
Death Riders, Batty Riders, whatever you want to call them, all they do is lose. So how am I supposed to
Yeah.
respect them as a group? You know what I mean?
United Empire clears them. Like I'm not having this argument.
Oh yeah, United Empire would run right over them.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, Cage and Cope, Christian Cage when he was the patriarchy and he was a manager of other talent works. When he's able to have the mic in his hands and say, so your father's not alive, that kind of stuff, it worked. But this reunion act that they're doing, I think is wasted. For me, the only one that is bad for me is Cope, because Cope is basically, clinging on to the coattails of Christian Cage, because Christian Cage on his own can do his thing. He can be a manager. He can run a faction. You've seen what he did with the patriarchy. He was doing his business. But Cope, you need to give it up, man. Go backstage and be with what's his name? Daniel Bryan doing coaching and that. You know what I'm saying? Just be a coach.
Yeah.
Be a coach now. And Pac and Claudio, if the group is not going to allow you to be singles wrestlers, leave the group. Leave the group expeditiously. But we move on to the next, and it just gets worse. We get the match that none of us cared about, but it was a no holds barred match. It was the Painmaker Jericho, the rising upcoming star Jericho. He's just recently been in the business. You know what I'm saying? He saw what Okada was doing with the Rainmaker. He said, you know what, I could do it better myself. He's the Painmaker. And not only did he come in with his first pay-per-view win, he beat one of the most dangerous man in all of AEW, Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer.
Huh?
And he did it with ease. So yeah, your Painmaker is your no holds barred champion. Aziz, how did you feel about the match?
You know what's crazy? What Lewis has on his thing, I have on my notebook as well. Mid. That's what it was. But yeah, like it was a good breather in like a match is full of like poo. It was just like a good breather. Just sit down and like turn your brain off because you don't really have to think about the stories because there was none. This was just two men hate each other, have a match. It is that's what it was, and it delivered on that. And I didn't expect anything more or anything less from it. So what I expected from it, it delivered on that. So yeah. So I won't call this a bad match because it wasn't, but I won't call this a great match because it wasn't. It was a good match.
All right, Liam, how did you feel about the match?
I didn't watch it. If we're talking about the Chris Jericho match, I went and made content. I made 20
Who's Jericho?
Yeah, it's the Painmaker.
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 Get it right.
Killer.
Bro.
Get it right.
Bro's got his wife's makeup, bro. What are we doing? Two mid WWE wrestlers, bro. This is the problem.
Wow.
He
Former
beat
world champion, by the way.
Yeah, he beat Triple H, bro. He was banging fucking Stephanie and banging Vince.
Didn't he beat Rock and Stone Cold at the same damn time?
Yeah, they're both
the Painmaker.
Packed them up. Yeah, put him in the pack.
Yeah, like for me, just mid crap. The best thing about him is his song. But I didn't watch the match, so yeah, skip me because I went and made content.
Wow, you don't care about the show. Wow.
No, I don't care about bums. No, thanks.
Wow. You're calling the show a bum. Wow.
Wow. And he watched the whole Jimmy VJ match. Wow.
He watched the whole My World match and not this, by the
way. Next up, Lewis. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
All right, so the first time I didn't see it because I went to go look at trees and go to the store. Yeah, and I went to go touch grass. However, the second I saw it, uncomfortable conversations, gentlemen. The fact that this cleared 3 of the matches that I have lowered speaks a lot about this pay-per-view. This I agree with Aziz. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad, and it was bothering me that it wasn't bad, if that makes sense. Because I wanted to hate watch this so much. But when I was watching it, I was like, why is this clearing the Osprey match? And what world are we? And what world is this the metric now all of a sudden? But yeah, regardless of everything, I would still put it as, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it was one of those matches where it's like us personally as a group didn't care about it in terms of we don't care about the 2 superstars. But if you cared about the Painmaker and the Psycho Killer, it was a good enough match for you to enjoy. It wasn't really anything to write home about, but no holds barred match. It was just, bleeding, a lot of spots, a lot of violence.
Fan service, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a fan service match for those who do like those 2 superstars and have any kind of credibility. And yes, it was better than some of the matches on this card that were kind of bad. But yeah, and the only thing I would say is it doesn't make sense for the Painmaker to win. I don't understand why they had him win in the end, because let's be honest, we're talking about Gramps. Him and Cope are pretty much on the way out. So Ciampa, the Psycho Killer, needed to win this match because then you can put him into another feud against, better wrestling, better superstars going forward. And yeah, but Ciampa will be more interesting to me when Gargano is free and they can be a tag team again. That'll be nice. But we move to another little mini segment. For me, this was the greatest moment of the whole entire pay-per-view. But yeah, one the other matches. I wish it was me. Mick Foley was on a chair in between the Divine Dominion. And yeah, basically they were pretty much just talking about, I don't even know what they were talking about. I can't even remember.
They were basically bigging themselves up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And then he mentioned the Brawling Birds as next competitors.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna get, I think, at All In.
Yeah.
Also, on that, he's just changed it, you bastard. I was gonna say he thinks they're mid. Karen.
Who?
Lewis. Lewis had mid that whole time you were talking about him. So I was gonna say, wow. But yeah.
What? The whole
My
section was
background.
mid. I mean, the section was mid. The best part of it was Mick Foley
Okay.
making dog sounds, and I said it should have been me.
You want to know what's my favorite part about that segment? He tweeted that he thought they said "bow wow" instead of "bow down," which is why he started barking. So that in itself was 10-10 segment.
He lost
And
all
yes,
the ear.
That's because
Yeah,
his
so
missus is gonna beat him. That's why.
But listen, game is game. I understand it exactly. Yeah. I understand it. There's no need to apologize for Mick Foley. I mean,
You would have
bro's
done
just
worse. That's
another
what you're trying to say. You would have done.
bro's just another me. That's all I have to say. Bro's just another me.
Allegedly.
Bro, I said it while we were watching it, bro. He's just like us, bro. Even though he's Mick Foley, he's just like us.
He was just happy to be there, man. In another female segment that he didn't really need to be, because it could have just been them two talking, but it just could have been them two talking. But we move to Whew. How you know?
Oh,
How you know? This match. I mean, it wasn't the greatest match, but the ending is what we always wanted to see. Andrade is your new AEW National Championship winner. He beat Stone Callis family member Mark Davis. And yeah, I would like to start with Liam. I would like you to know your feelings of the match and how do you feel about Mr. How You Know as your new national champion.
So, to be honest, I think I have to disagree with you. I think he come out with the hose, which is what we wanted to see, and then he had a really good match. Took a selfie and had a kiss with another hoe. Won the belt. Ching, got the money and dipped. So yeah, beat one of your favorites.
That's my hero.
Wait, disagree with me about what? I just said it was a good match.
So yeah, for me, I think it was better than you were saying. I put really good match. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I don't like is the fact that the crowd went more crazy for him taking his trousers off than they did for the actual match itself. Which was a bit weird, I can't lie. Like, I don't know if that's how they swing in Canada, but it's a bit strange.
Wait, before I move on to the next, but I would like to say the crowd was absolute rubbish.
Oh yeah, bro.
It were cheeks.
Canada can never talk to my New York crowd.
That's literally Lewis's people. So
New York or shit as well. I'm not trying to hear this.
Nope.
Nah, that crowd wasn't to the level it needed to be for some of the matches as well, especially for this one. I feel like, and as you said, they were cheering more for a man taking off his pants than actual wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll move to Aziz. How did you feel about the match?
I felt something. It was a great match, and yeah, this was I think this was the perfect match for this pay-per-view because good match, we got what we wanted. That's it. You know what I mean. So good match, we got what we wanted. There's nothing else to say, to be honest. Like there wasn't any shenanigans, nothing like that. Just a good, solid match and the perfect ending as well.
Nice. Lovely to hear your thoughts on it. And finally, Lewis, how you know?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you how I know. So after watching this match a second time, it is my third favorite match of the pay-per-view. How you know belt collector run needs to happen. If not, it's a failure. You guys are frauds. 10 out of 10 stars. That's all I have to say.
I will say
How you
this:
know?
the new entrance with the how you know and the hose was
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
I do agree with Liam on that. That the package that he's in now works. And then
Is he-
obviously the
Has he got new music as well?
Yes,
yeah, it was
Yes.
new
Yeah,
music.
yeah, he does, yeah.
Yeah,
I did like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I'll say
yeah.
I did like.
I
the
would
new
say though it was very Def Rebel-ish, you know, because how you know, and then the music came out.
Yeah.
So it
but it
worked
wasn't
for
as
him.
bad.
Yeah, it worked for him because the music was good at least, you know. It made you kind of interested. I will say this: he needs to get better looking ladies alongside him because
Yeah, but that's just Canada's elite though. That just is what it is.
yeah, exactly. So if you're gonna be doing it in future, just get some of the ladies that aren't, you know, wrestling. Maybe get a couple of them out.
So what is he coming out with 100 and all in now, or what's gonna
Oh, I'm
You
down.
know what? Yeah,
happen?
Hopefully, this is the thing as well. Do you not think it's funny? Like, this is really off topic, but do you not think it's funny that like he is basically AEW's Yeet and Yeah, right? But
Yeah.
he is a failed WWE guy.
And he could actually wrestle.
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
And he's
that's the
better than
thing. I
both
think
of
that
them.
yeah, WWE failed
Whoa.
him because
Are we
WWE.
saying that LA Knight's not a good wrestler?
Yeah, I am.
No.
Got something to say about that.
No, he's LA Knight's a good wrestler. He's not great. He's just
He's the
you know,
greatest.
he'll give you a good
Bring
6
us
out
to
of
the
10
top
match.
rope. Well, we're not doing
Exactly.
this.
Yeah, he's got top rope problems. But I will say this with Andrade, his elbows are elite. His elbows are
Yeah,
elite.
that honestly, that should be his finisher. Like that,
Yeah.
that should be. They should treat that as like the one way angel. Where once he does that, you can't kick out of it. Like you're pretty much done. If
But that should
that
be
happens.
all finishers though. That's why it's called the finisher. It should finish the
Nah,
match.
nah, nah, nah. There's some finishers that are mid. It's like, you know what, you deserve to get kicked out at one. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Like the
yeah,
hidden blade.
it's-
Yeah.
no, I don't know about that. But
To be
that's
fair, all
crazy.
finishers have been kicked out of. It's just I feel like in yeah, the I do agree with Lewis that the elbow should be a finisher, but at the same time, I think they don't treat finishers with the same respect as they
Hey,
man said LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they treat finishers with the same respect that they did in the past. There's no protection of a finisher nowadays.
Oh my
There's not like a finisher that just ends it all, especially in AEW. The amount of times you see kickouts on 1, 2, you know, of all these elite finishers, I just don't think any finisher has that. It's not like, you know, when back in the day you were watching Shawn Michaels and he does his switching music, you know it was over. Or when Mr. Bald headed next to him did his pedigree, it was over. When the Batista bomb, it was over. When it was an RKO, it was over. You don't get that the same way you
Right,
did in
no.
the past. But that's just the way AEW is. But yeah, I think his elbow is a signature at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes going forward. But I'm hoping for him to have a good title run. But don't worry, one of the Don Callis members will get the title back. So you can hold on it for a couple days. But we're coming back with 100 members. We got about 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? We got certain guys that will take you out. So Andrade, you disrespected the Don Callis family. You know what happens. We take it back in blood.
Yeah, nothing happens. You just lose.
No. Don't ever disrespect the Don Callis family. This is the greatest collection of superstars in the world, including the greatest wrestler of all time, Okada.
What about Brian
feel
Cage?
I feel something. Look at the list of men behind me. It's the best.
Brian
of the
Brian
best.
Cage, Jake Doyle, Mark
Yes.
Davis, El Clone. Wow, what a lineup.
No, listen. When Will Ospreay was with us, he was winning. Yeah. When who else?
Kenny.
Kenny was with us. He was belt collector. He was collecting belts. Look at now he's just collecting dusty
Else.
matches. You know what I'm saying?
who's us? Like it's not. It's not. That's no.
Don Callis family, one and
Nah,
only
King,
man.
King wants to oil Don Callis up, bro.
What you mean? I don't oil no man. I don't know why this show's gone left, but okay, how you know?
How you know? Exactly.
yeah,
How do you know?
yeah, how you know? Andrade is your champion. We move on to Speedball Mike Bailey challenging Kyle Fletcher in Grand Slam Mexico. Anyone want to add to this little segment or?
Yeah, it'll be a good match.
Yeah. It's gonna be a banger.
And next to the disappointment of the night, I think there was a point where I think people weren't even going to watch the final match because of this decision. The greatest thing of women's wrestling, the lady that went to Stardom, spat in the face of the owner, spat in the face of the actual the logo, did everything, won titles over there, rubbed it in their faces, was basically the female Gabe Kidd. And you know what she gets in return in AEW? She loses her title to Pillow Nightingale. Your new AEW Women's Champion is Willow Nightingale. I could call her the Pillow. And I want to start this off with saying this is the kind of things of why that Tony Khan and AEW won't ever make it to the mountaintop. In this game of wrestling, there are A-star players out here like Swerve Strickland, yeah, and then there's B+ players like Will Ospreay. You need to know who your B+ players are and your A-star players are. You know what I'm saying? Willow Nightingale is the definition of a B+ player. Should only be carrying the mid-card titles, the TBS title, or the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. You know what I'm saying? Athena's better than her, and she should be carrying the belt of Maya Wild. Because for me, when we look at going forward into All In is your WrestleMania. It's your biggest event. It's your Triple Mania. It's your Wrestle Kingdom. It is the thing that you say is the biggest thing in the world. You're going to Wembley Stadium. Do people want to see Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné? No, they don't. That's why no one's buying tickets. That's why you're selling tickets right now for £1.50 a pop at the cheap seats. What people want to see are the best of the best of the best. And Tekla was that. Everything she did up to this point as champion was electrifying. She did things in Japan and in America, and she was on the top of her game. And the reality is, with her losing the title, we did not get to see some greatness with her and Mercedes Moné. We're going to see a bona fide average match. Because let's be honest, Tekla would have elevated Mercedes Moné. Willow Nightingale is going to devalue Mercedes Moné in this match. And with that being said, I therefore say this. There's certain superstars that shouldn't have your main women's or men's titles. That's why I didn't like when Darby Allin had it. I don't care if he had 100 good matches. He's not world championship material. I don't care what Willow does with this title. She's not world championship material. And if you want to become the next big thing, if you want to take over this wrestling business, you need to know that is a business. And people want to see the best wrestle. That's your tagline. But you're giving chumps titles. You're giving chumps like Speedball opportunities when they don't deserve none. You can Karate Kid his ass out, kick his ass out of here. You're giving Willow Nightingale championships, Mayor World championships. You're giving bums championships. This is all elite wrestling. Elite is in the name. I don't see elite in the title picture of the women's division right now. And with that being said, I would like to move on to Liam. What's your thoughts and feelings of this match?
Yeah, first things first, Ansar, you should be on the show while you're in the chat. Second thing second, I agree everything you just said. For me personally, Tony Khan being a mark again. He is going back to a storyline of Mercedes money bullying Willow, and he's cost us Mercedes versus Tekla. Mercedes versus Tekla in a match would be amazing. On the mic would be amazing. And now we're not going to get it for an underdog. And respectfully, unless you have two brain cells, no one cares about. Like, I don't understand it at all. The match itself was closer to the Maya World match than it was to the Bandito match. It was terrible. They don't gel together. They don't work together. Tekla is similar to John Moxley, where she is quite slow at times, but you can see where she's going with it, being evil, doing the spider shit, doing all of the weird shit that she does. Just terrible. And again, he's cost what the match was crap, but he's cost us something good. I don't know. I generally don't know I know where they're going with it. That's what he wants. He wants that storyline going into All In. But why could we not have a banging match for All In, and then go and have, depending if she comes out, Toni Storm come out and face the winner after they've just Mercedes probably going to win, but they just put on like a great show. You know what I mean? So like you have a fantastic match, and then a great ending. Like I don't understand it, to be honest with you, because we're going to get a shit match and then maybe a good ending. Like it doesn't make any sense to me personally. Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I agree with you, King. This is the thing. This is why they won't ever touch WWE. Do they have better wrestlers than WWE? 1000%. Their top 10 destroys their whole WWE's whole roster. But at the same time, like, these are the decisions. This is the same thing with Eric Bischoff going head on head, and was the reason why in the end the Monday Night War was lost and Vince was rubbing his hands together, and Shawn was getting the oil. So it's peak. It is what it is. But this is Tony Khan. We've seen it with Darby Allin. To be honest, on the predictions, which we're going to get into obviously right at the end of the show, I should have predicted this. To be honest with you, because this is the thing that he does. Like, if you think logically, does Darby Allin beat MGF? Everyone's laughing. No, but he did. So, but yeah, if I carry on going on, I'm going to smash my keyboard as well. Yeah, Aziz, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, man, this match was. I was laying down for this match, bro. I was on my bed right there and watching it, because even before this, I didn't care about it, and now I care about it even less. And it's just sad because I know Lewis will get into this, but I'll steal it off of him, like a certain part of it. This was a big disrespect to Tekla, because
Yes,
what she has done with the title was elevated. And it made me interested in the women's division, thinking about, like, oh, who might challenge Tekla? Who will go against her? How long will she hold it? What else is she going to do? And now with Willow, I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be her with a backpack. The title's going to be in there. And that's it. That's all it's going to be.
Oh, that was so cringe as well.
Yeah, like that. Why? This is worse than Moxley holding the main title in a briefcase, because that's Moxley's character. He is like the guy who people should hate.
Yep.
With Willow, it shouldn't be like that. People should love her. They should, like, man, it's just like that deflated me, just like it is now, because you even think about it, it's deflating me. And after that, I was just like, do I even care about the main event anymore? I was like, why not? Let's watch it. And I have like no words, because I know what Tony Khan is trying to do. He's trying to make like the small-minded people, and this is not a disrespect, but I don't have any other word to describe it. Like the small-minded people who are like, yay, she's fun, she's unicorn, she's everything nice, sugar, spice, and everything nice. She's a Powerpuff Girl. Respectfully, bro, this is not a cartoon. You're not a child anymore. You're 25 or older.
We're not
You
watching
should be
SpongeBob no more.
exactly. You're not watching SpongeBob. This should be believable. Even though, yes, I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. In size, Willow should beat Tekla.
She should be a monster as well.
She should be a monster. Yes. She shouldn't be this happy-go-lucky type character. She should be like a. We'll talk about the Fed. She should be the Oba of the women's division.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like she just comes out like squishes everybody. Then yes, then I would be like, oh, okay. But her being this like happy-go-lucky with the conglomeration and everything, like it's boring, bro. Because how many times are we gonna run this narrative of like being happy, being always the good guy, being this and that? It's just boring and it gets repetitive. And then people start to hate it, like I am right now. I'm starting to hate this thing. And I'm starting to hate Willow. I don't want to. I want her to succeed. Everybody who's wrestling, I want them to succeed because it's hard to get into wrestling. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And you should succeed after the hard work you've done, but you shouldn't be hated because of bad creative.
And that's the thing as well, isn't it? In the fact that like, it's not that she should be a jobber. That's not what we're saying. She should just not reach the elite, which is getting the world championship. Like,
not yet anyway. She's not there yet.
Yeah. Like, and again, he's done like all of this work. This is basically like Becky Lynch going on that whole run that she went on when she was the man, and then her losing to some shit wrestler. It doesn't make sense. Like, bad. It's a bad thing, but it doesn't make sense. So.
Unless they do like Tekla attacks Tony Khan on a Dynamite, and then we run that, and she pressures him so much to give her another title shot, and she wins it. If that's where they're going, okay, I hear it, but why make her win in the first place? Why have her lose? That just makes her look weak.
And that's another thing as well. She had outside interference and still lost. It wasn't a screwy finish like a roll-up. A roll-up would have made sense.
Yeah.
Give the underdog a roll-up. She beat her clean.
Yeah.
So if they do what you just said, it doesn't make sense because Tekla got beat clean.
Yeah. Why would you do another match?
She doesn't deserve that opportunity again. She does for the work, but like in the match because she got beat, she doesn't. It doesn't.
In kayfabe, she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make
sense. Hey, big up Zero, bro. Big up Zero.
Yeah, big up Zero for the raid. Big up Letty as well. I didn't like the result of that match. Yeah, man. No, I don't think not many people did. Not many people did, but big up Zero for the raid. Lewis?
I'm not gonna give this match the attention it deserves. I enjoyed the match much more than the other stinkers from this pay-per-view, but I was not happy with the result. I thought it was incredibly disrespectful towards Tekla. And we move.
Wow, that was very quick. But we are now on the main event of the evening. The AEW World Championship match. It was Kenny Omega versus the TNT champion, the Jet, Kevin Knight. And your winner, and still your AEW World Championship winner, Kenny Omega. I see your hand up.
It's not I want to go first. Before we get into it, can we split it in half? Can we just go all around us and just talk about the match first? Because
yeah, and then the ending
segment is its own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No problem. So you can start on the match.
You want me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
Slow match. In the start, really slow. It was actually kind of annoying me how slow it was because they're both good wrestlers. This is the main event. You know, when you watch a boxing fight, for instance, you get job all the way up to the main event, and then you want to see someone get knocked out and have a good show. You know what I mean? But overall, good match in the end. They finally got with it. Good match in the end. Again, Kenny can generally wrestle with anyone. I'm not the biggest Kenny fan. I think he's too old now, personally. But Lewis got his side plate, so he doesn't care. For me, really good match, though. Really good match. I would have actually loved, and obviously I posed this to you guys in the other the other thing that we did before the show. I wanted Bandido to win, and then have
Fletcher.
Fletcher come out and cost him, because then it makes that rivalry as well.
Cost Kevin, you mean?
Yeah, cost Kevin. Yeah, like he has Kenny beat. Oh my god, he's gonna beat Kenny, and then pull the ref out or whatever, and then he hits him with the one. Is it one win eagle? I will say the wrong thing.
One win angel.
Angel. I will say eagle. I'm a dumbass. One wing angel, and then he wins because no one kicks out of that. But yeah, overall match really really good. In the end, after a little slow start, and yeah, similar to what Lewis said, with Fletcher being ready for the World Championship, I also think Kevin is ready for the World Championship. I really do. I think he's that good. But I know what he's about to do. He's about to go put him in there with a hobo in Darby Allin. So it is what it is. They've got to, I guess they've got to squish, they've got to finish that before we get him in the world title picture. But overall, match, amazing. In the end, slow start though.
All right. Big up. We move on to Lewis. Did you feel something?
Yes. I very much enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. After watching it a second time, I will say this, and I will get a little bit more into it. This was very obvious that MJF getting injured messed up this entire pay-per-view, because Omega was supposed to win it here. I think Omega was supposed to win the title here. I think his ankle injury is what led to this match, and I thought the match was good, but not the best match that we've had in the card. Both are great. I very much love the match. I like the result. But yeah, well, you could just pass it on to Aziz. But I'll talk more about my theories and stuff after.
All right, so I thought that this match was great. This is in my top 5 of the greatest matches of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take much, to be honest, for this pay-per-view. But it was still a good match. Like, the other matches being bad doesn't take away from this match being good. It was a great match, and I told you guys in the stream that we did before the preview, I told you a star will be born, and a star was born. His name is Kevin Knight, and he can wrestle. He can wrestle the best, and this is not the end. This is not the end. He's just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
And great match, as Liam said, slow start, but I didn't feel that. I felt that it was an okay start, not the best, but we don't expect that from Kenny being 41 and having the injuries that he's had, almost dying and coming back. So him wrestling was just like a miracle in itself. So yeah, how you know? Because it was a great match, and I'm glad. I'll say this: I'm glad Kenny won, because I do want to see Ospreay Kenny third in his hometown, because we've already had one in Japan, one in Canada, one's left. It's in the UK. But yeah, great match. Star was born, and I have a lot to talk about in the post match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get onto that point. Big up Zir. Said Willow Knight shouldn't have got a chance. Told that Lewis I'm not a fan of her. Main event was crazy, not gonna lie. The match, in my opinion, was okay. Yeah, the ending was the real talking point. But I'll quickly just say my thoughts on the match. I didn't expect Kevin Knight to win, but I do agree with Aziz. He was born as a star. I don't think he's gonna be in the main title picture anytime soon. I think he still needs to kind of update himself in terms of having more banger matches. Not only that, I think he needs to win some of the titles in the higher tier to his one, because TNT is kind of the lowest of the low in terms of the men's titles that you can get. Then you move on to the national, your Continental International. I think he would be a great fixture in that international continental title reign kind of period. If he wanted to have 2 belts, he could go for the TNT and the national championship. I would love to see him do that as well.
Not the world, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like with the TNT, as the TNT champion, he put a great effort against Kenny. Yes, it did start off slow, but you expect this because Kenny isn't the same person he was 5 or even 10 years ago. He doesn't have the same amount of speed or movement. And I felt like Kevin Knight kind of carried the match in a sense of him being the younger star, being able to move more, being able to add those kind of little bits of flair that he does. Overall, it was a great match, but we all know that the best thing about the match was the ending, was what happened next. And it relates to the promo earlier. John Moxley told Will Ospreay that if you're not willing to do the job, he and the Death Riders will. And that's what happened. Him and the Death Riders come out. They attack Kenny. Young Bucks come out. They beat him up. He beat them up.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as they are about to do the final kill shot, Will Ospreay, in that moment, Will Cuxbury, trying to still be a good guy, little bitch, came out and stopped it happening. And in terms of storytelling, I liked it. I liked the kind of duality of Will Ospreay's kind of mind, not wanting them to attack him. But just like Moxley said earlier, if you don't do the kill shot, Kenny will. We get a couple moments of him going back and forth with the Death Riders. You have him getting hugged up by Wheeler Yuta, which is a callback to when he was, when it happened to him the same way. Wasn't as tight. Wasn't that tight. But then he stops it in the end. He throws the chair around, gets the Death Riders leave the arena. He picks up Kenny. Obviously, they also brought in the plastic bag. He didn't do that in the end. He picks up Kenny. They do the celebration. You think, hey, it's A-okay. You know what I'm saying? We're friends. It's all good. Young Bucks are somewhere, rolling on the floor. But guess what? Will Ospreay, you little bitch. Real men are willing to do what is necessary, bruv, when the time comes. And when his back was turned, when he thought it was okay, Kenny Omega hit him with the one-winged angel and took the man out. And he's laying on the floor like a little bitch, bruv. That's why he ain't a Death Rider. That's why he ain't a part of the crew, man. Gave kid to the world and back pussy. And Kenny Omega and Young Bucks left him on the floor, dashed him to the side. He was looking at the bag and saying, yeah, he tried to take me out, so I took him out. They leave. And the fireworks show is going off. And Will Ospreay is sitting in the middle of the ring like a little bitch after being taken out. And it was a great moment. I think it was a lesson learned. I think all the things that the Death Riders have been telling Will Ospreay would happen if he isn't willing to pull the trigger happened. Because in the end of the day, when you're going to the top of the business, there aren't no friends. There aren't no good guys. There aren't no happy-go-lucky people. And that's why Pillow shouldn't have won her title the way she did. And you get left on the middle of the ring. And we now have to kind of guess what's going to happen next. Because he's not a Death Rider. But the people he called his friends walked away from him and left him in a pool in the middle of the ring with piss on his pants like a little bitch. But I will move first to the number one bruv merchant, his biggest fan, Liam. How did you feel about what happened to Will and all the things that happened at the end there?
Yeah, so the ending overall, before I go into detail, was good. Like, it got my fat ass out of the seat. I moved my chair. My chair was over there. Like, I was stood up and was going crazy because I knew some crazy shit was going to happen. I just was waiting for Will to do the kill shot, didn't do it, and then obviously the Kenny stuff. One more time. Yeah, you want to go up one more time? Yeah. Yeah. The thing itself, was it? How do you say that word? Is it an organization? How would you say it when you're like in a tribe and you have to like prove yourself?
Organization.
Yeah, like that. Like that's the whole point of the bag. You want to be with us? You do this. Show us. What's that?
I know what you mean. That's not
Initiation.
organization.
Initiation ritual.
Show us that you are with us. And I get it. And at some point, Moxley was like, "It's okay. Come here. I'll give you a cuddle. Do it now." And then
that
he
was
stopped
you.
that as well. Yeah, and he stopped that as well. So yeah. So then he beat the shit out of all of them. But I was saying this after all of it happened, you know, Aziz was saying, and he was right. He was saying like John Moxley's not a second chance guy. You do it now, you don't do it at all. But I was like, the storytelling in that doesn't make sense if he gives up with it. Now we don't know what's going to happen, right? It only happened last night, yesterday, whatever you want to say, right? So we have to wait till Dynamite to see the fallout of whatever happens. But like for me, he was the guy that was like, no. You've seen Cesaro, Casanoli, sorry. You've seen Pac. You've seen all of them pissed. And he was like, no. Go on. Pushing them all out over the barricade, all of them. And then he went after and he was like, you know what, whatever. So for me, I don't think he's going to give up on him. I don't. But I think Will wants to do it his way. And I think that was the whole point. When he stopped with the bag, when he stopped with the chair, when he beat them up, got him out the ring, he picked Kenny up, picked the belt up, give him the belt, and then he pushed him in the chest and he goes, "This is just me and you." That's all he wanted. He just wanted it to do it his own way. And then Kenny was the one that pulled the trigger, quite literally.
Took the initiative.
Now, is he heel? Is he not heel? I don't think so, because he was still posing with the Elite. Would it have been cool for Kenny, in my opinion? I'm not a Kenny fan like Lewis is, so I'll get his opinion in a sec. But like for him to be like the one with the Death Riders, considering all of that shit, like that would be really, really cool. But again, it's his last title run, so they probably want him to be the good guy. You know what I mean? He was the heel when he was with Don Callis. So like, yeah, for me, like amazing. Just doesn't pull the trigger. Kenny pulls the trigger, and then obviously they pose over him, and then when they actually get out of the ring, they poise back to Will, and Will's like fuming with like, I should have done what John said. So I hope it's going to be one of those where John's going to say to him, should have done it. I literally told you should have done it. I told you so, and now he made you look like a mug. If you haven't got the kill shot, you're not going to win the championship in your hometown. Because that's the whole thing, isn't it? That's the whole ploy. The whole thing when he won the cup and all of that was, like, you want to win the championship in London, in All In. Like, he's won in All In before, but not the world title. Like, the world championship. Like, for me, what's the point of that whole thing? And then even screwing over Swerve's move, which you should have lost to, proving yourself to John, looking him dead in his eyes, like, no, and then goes on to win it, for him then to be a pussy. Like, it needs to, like, the story, I'm cool with long-term storybooking in this case, but it needs to work. Or get the twist of Kenny being the heel. Because if not, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't want to take too much time on this, because there's obviously still you lads to speak on it. But like, for me, brilliant, amazing. Like, you don't get my fat ass out unless it's food. You ain't getting my fat ass out of this chair. So like, it just is what it is. So but yeah, amazing. And yeah, it wants me to want more. Like, I want more now. I want to watch more to see what the fallout is. You know what I mean? Where this whole card, in my opinion, was shit, other than a couple of matches. You know what I mean? So yeah, great ending. Whoever wants to go next.
All right.
Lewis wants to go.
No.
He's like, all right, out of here.
Let Lewis go. I'll go
Let
last.
Lewis go. Let Lewis go.
This is exactly what I wanted. I would say this because I need Moxley to be like, I told you so, and he turns heel at All In. Him as a face, it's cool and all, but as you know, since I've seen him in the United Empire days, he's always been a heel to me. So him going back to heel, I much prefer him than him being a face. So if this is what happens, in order for him to be that heel, because he wanted to do it his own way, but Omega did that, put him on the t-shirt, and Moxley's gonna be like, see, I told you so. You just weren't listening to me. It's gonna be one of those things where Will's gonna have to turn heel to win this belt. It is what it is, bro. And I get my side plates, so I don't care. Go ahead, Aziz.
This guy and his side plates. Bro, that ending was just crazy. Like, that was cinema, because I think Tony Khan wanted you to think that what we were thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? While it was going on.
Yeah.
And me and Liam were doing that. Like, I told him, what if Kenny's with the Death Riders, and what if he turns heel? And I was right about that, but we still don't know. Is he fully heel? Is he fully face? We don't know. But the fact that Wheeler stopped Osprey from getting involved, and he told Claudio to get in there, and he stopped that as well.
Yeah.
That shows like what he's willing to do to take care of his friend. And Kenny breaking his heart like that will unlock something in Osprey. And I think that he will turn fully heel, like a maniacal heel. I don't mean like a funny heel, like a MJF. No,
like a
I mean
horrible
like a Swerve Strickland type heel. When he was burning people's houses down, going in people's cribs and that. Like a Hangman and a Swerve. He'll turn like that.
So a lot of his moves are heel as well, aren't they? When you think of it.
Yeah, like a hidden blade. That's like
Yeah.
him doing the hidden blade while they're already down. That's a heelish move. I don't care, bro. If someone is face down, they're already dead, and you keep hitting them, you're not a good guy. You're an asshole. But yeah, like, I just want to see where this takes us, because I am so excited to see. Because I said this post-match 10 stars, if you see there.
Yeah.
Because this was the best thing that happened. That was not a match, the Bandito and Kyle Fletcher match. This was the best thing that happened. And
Yeah.
And if you see that when they were back, the Elite, when they were back on the ramp, and Osprey was like mad, they panned back to Osprey. He was laughing. I don't think you noticed that. He was smiling and laughing. And that was like, okay. So he's like, oh, motherfucker, you want to do this to me? Just you wait. But again, like, the thing with the plastic bag.
The plastic bag, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, Will Ospreay, you couldn't even rip a fucking plastic bag. What are you doing, bro? Like, he was like trying his hardest.
It's
and
like
he was
when
like,
they tried to rip their shirt.
yeah, exactly. Like, you couldn't do it, but that's neither here nor there. But him not taking that initiative and joining the Death Riders, John will not like that, because he said that I will try my hardest to get you there. This was when in the beginning, when they took him away on their shoulders. He said that I will try my hardest to get you there, but you have to do it yourself to win. And he didn't do it himself. John was going to do it, but he stopped him as well. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And the Elite saying, are you sure, to Kenny when he laid him out? He said, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure. So I think Kenny thought that he was going to do it regardless. That's why he said, before you strike, I'm a strike. So I think that's why they're going to say, oh, he's not fully healed. He's still a good guy. He just thought that Will was going to do it, so he did it first.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like, it's going to be crazy. Going to be crazy. And also, like, I know, like, I don't know about King, but I know, Liam, you haven't watched New Japan and Bullet Club. But when AJ was the Bullet Club leader and Kenny was this other guy, that's exactly the same way how he turned on AJ. They were both on the turnbuckles celebrating. Out of nowhere, you just see Kenny do the one-wing angel on him. And that was just like a nice callback, and I like that. But yeah, I'm yapping too much.
Yeah, no. I was going to follow up with that, because it's like, with Will, he's dead in the middle, but he's got fallout from both sides, because he's now got an answer to the Death Riders, who have backed him. Like, they've gone into matches for him, come out, so on and so forth, which they do for their own, in that sense. And then he's going to look the other side, and he's going to be like, I give you the bout. I helped you up. I did this. I was trying to be the good guy. I want it to be me and you. You know what I mean? So, like, it's two sides to that. The thing that got me, though, in certain senses, is what AEW tweeted out. So they tweeted out, if I could find it, bear with me a sec. Where is it? I'm going to find it now. They said something about Will wanted him at his best. Kenny's going to be his best, or something like that. So, like, I think that's another thing that they're pushing, in the sense that, like, Will wanted him at his best. Him turning on him, not turning heel, but turning on Will when Will was backing him, is showing you, I'm the champion. You know what I mean? Like, like what are you doing in the sense of like I'm showing you like it's my bout. You know what I mean? Kind of like you know with Christian Cage when he wouldn't let anybody else touch that bout. Like even told his daughter security to get his daughter out. Like that sense. Like
Being
this
very
is my
territorial
bout.
with the title.
Very that's the word I
Protective.
was looking for. Yeah, like protective of the bout, protective of like because he knows this is his last time. He's not going to win that title again. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've seen a lot of fallout online. Obviously, us wrestling fans are crazy in that sense. Some more than other. A lot of them were like, "Oh, this whole time we've waited for Kenny to become champion again, and they're going to turn him heel on the last run." I don't think that. I don't think he's heel. I just think he's showing will in the sense of because like even in the trios match they had, even there it was like shown that like Kenny wasn't like the backstage segment when he's like the tension.
Yeah,
like,
there's no
They don't
trust.
trust each other.
Yeah,
They don't trust each other.
Slight jabs at each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he doesn't trust the Death Riders. Will's his friend, so Will's in a hard place. But then he's like showing like I am the champion. This is mine. You're not taking this away from me.
Can I elaborate on your point?
Go ahead.
So you said something that clicked in my brain. You said that Kenny doesn't trust Death Riders, and Ospreay has Death Rider tendencies.
Yes.
He uses the arm bar. He does the like paradigm shift. He has that Death Rider tendencies, and I think that him seeing that Ospreay came out with the Death Riders, I think Kenny thought that he's fully a Death Rider now. That's why, like, he can't trust a Death Rider ever.
Yeah,
and you can't.
Yes,
you can't trust a Death
Rider.
Rider.
Even in the ending, he took his knee pad off, didn't he?
He took his knee pad off and he threw it, which had the Death Rider logo on it.
Yeah. So like, but that's the thing in my head though, is in the sense of like, I agree with you fully. The Death Riders don't allow second chances, right? So like, I don't know how Tony Khan spins this in the sense of like, if they go 1-on-1. And then he's not heel, neither of them are heel, and Will does the thing that he did in the ring, where it's like, it's just me and you, bro. You know, we're going to go have a wrestling match. The Death Riders are going to cost him. So they have to, like, he has to bring it back where one of them has to turn heel. You know what I mean? I do agree as well, though, with the moves. I think I generally think at some point they're going to have Kenny on his belly again, and then Will is going to hit him over and over and over again with the hidden blade. Over and over again till he's like dead. Obviously not. But
could you imagine like Ospreay being covered in blood, like a crimson mask with the John Cena thing, and he's like, it's same with like the Hangman thing, if you remember it. Like Hangman, he was this like good guy, like pure good guy, but then he was like covered in blood, laughing and drinking Swerve's blood. What if they do that with Will? Like in his eyes, he's still a good guy, but his actions say otherwise. Like he's there, like killing Kenny, like taking his blood, smearing it all over himself. That will be a nice visual to see.
And we might even be able to see, like, depending on where they go with it, have the Death Riders holding the Elite, because the Elite are only 3. There's only 3 of the Elite as we speak. Who's the other one?
Hangman.
So
Hangman, Bucks.
They're 5.
Who's the 5th?
Jack Perry.
Does he count though?
I mean, count.
But like in a sense, like have the Death Riders holding them and making them watch what Will does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one of the other theories I seen online was the fact that now the Death Riders are going to go away apparently, and it's going to be Swerve and Hangman that help Will Ospreay. Because obviously they've got Kenny's obviously got the Bucks. Kenny has the Bucks with him, obviously. So he will need someone, and he has Swerve and he has Hangman. But again,
and he also helped Hangman during his match at All In. Him and Swerve. He told Swerve that be there with me when we help Hangman. So I see that, like Swerve or Hangman will say, he helped me or we helped you. We should help him now. So I see that as well. Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. There's so many different ways, obviously, Tony can take this. Personally, and I've spoke a lot on this, so I apologize. But personally, I need Will Hill. I want to see the thing where he's killing Kenny. Like that's what I want to see. If they do it the spin, and Kenny turns heel, Kenny has to beat Will at All In. He just has to. Because
I don't think they're gonna turn Kenny heel because the first run that he had, the belt collector Kenny, he was a heel then, and people haven't seen. Like it's the same with John Cena. They didn't see a run as a heel. With this one, they didn't see a babyface run with Kenny. So yeah, like that would be interesting to see where they go with this, and I'm excited for Dynamite. It's must-watch TV. It's must-see.
Yeah. That's a lot of great talk on it. But the reality is, Kenny and Will doesn't matter about both of them. They're both pussies, yeah. When I come back from Japan, I'm taking the title, yeah.
This is the problem, though, King. This is the problem.
I'm a Death Rider.
I don't think he's gonna do that. I really don't.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna cost Will that little bitch. He ain't a Death Rider.
That would be cool because he is a Death Rider. But for me, I have this weird feeling that like MJF obviously did the whole thing, like all of the money pay these ex-WWE guys, you fucking mark all of this, and cutting him and doing on us all. I don't think Tony's gonna allow Gabe to be what Gabe is being in New Japan, which is gonna suck. But obviously we've got to wait and see that. But I just have a bad feeling that he's not.
Oh no, he can swear and do all sorts.
Yeah, but like,
but not to the extent.
Not to the same extent.
Him to do that?
Not to the same extent. But when he comes back, he's gonna bitch slap these little nerds. You know what I'm saying? So Will, you better watch out, yeah, because when you cross the Death Riders, Gabe Kid's gonna come for you and take you out, you little bitch. Yeah, and that Kenny Omega, that old man gonna put him in retirement. Yeah, it's Gabe Kid season. Anyway,
is Lewis here? Lewis, you here?
No, he went. He said he went to get some package.
I was gonna say because he hasn't had his say on the segment.
No, he did. He did.
But... The ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He said it was short and sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will say this about the ending and it going forward. It needs the thing that needs to happen is Will turning heel and him becoming a Death Rider, because I think the storylines going after that would be excellent going forward, especially because of what's happening in Japan with United Empire, him being a trio champion with them. That is a multi storyline that you can layer where United Empire come in and do something with him. Obviously, he loses the trios titles at some point. They kick him out. They beat him up. They do the thing in Japan where they kick a member out. And that could be Death Riders versus United Empire in maybe the next Forbidden Door or or in a pay-per-view in the future, if they want to continue having that kind of association with other with New Japan as well. And I think that's something that needs to be seen, because that would be another storyline that you can tell as Will Ospreay as the AEW champion, but conflicted from his former group that he created with his new group as a heel. And they're both heel groups, and it will be, it will be similar to in NXT back in the day. There was not back in the day, but it was Legado del Fantasma versus Tony D'Angelo's group, and it was two heel groups, but they were just fighting over control of NXT. I would love to see that, where it's the New Japan group versus the AEW group, and they're fighting over control over wrestling, and how that affects him kind of going forward. And I think Kenny doesn't need a long title run, and I think he's coming towards the end of his career, and his next few matches should just be about putting on bangers with some of the guys that he hasn't faced, some of the young talent, doing matches like the one he just did against Kevin Knight, and he doesn't need the title for it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. Will beats him at All In. I think Kenny's next thing should go for the next big thing in the Death Riders, which is I keep calling him what's his name? Moxley. Because that Lewis told me that's the only bout in AEW he hasn't won, is that bout that he has. So is that the reason why Tony Khan is keeping it on Moxley? Because Mox doesn't need a bout. Doesn't. Like, he's the head of that group. That group is amazing. So on and so forth.
He is the ace of AEW.
He's the ace of that. Yeah. So like, have Kenny go after that.
No, he does. Kenny doesn't need a title. His last few years should just be.
Yeah, but to complete it, that's what I said. To
Oh
complete
yeah, maybe to win it for like a day and then lose it a week
But
later. But
I'll
for
add
me, I would
something.
just want to see Kenny put on matches against
Mhm.
some of the young talent. I want him,
100%,
if he has
yeah,
that belt, I want him to put on matches against some of the up and coming talents that they got coming
Yeah.
through. That's what his aim should be, to kind of build up the new generation of AEW, because he's the past. He's not
Yeah.
the present, and he's definitely not the future. He's the past of it. He's the builder of AEW. So build up the new talent. Have them face you, even if they lose. You can, just like Kevin Knight lost today, or lost the other night,
yeah,
but it made him similar to. I want him to do that, but he doesn't need the main title to do that. So yeah, Continental might be the title to do that with.
Can I add something? This is
Yeah, go
Lewis's
ahead.
point, but I don't want to speak for him. But he told me this. What if All In is Kenny's retirement match? What if? What if that's his
don't know.
last match? Because let's be honest, like Kenny will put that match like full effort into it because he doesn't want to disappoint the fans, and he never has. And what if that's his like the last gas in his tank? He just puts it all inside that match, and he's done from there, and he can't do it anymore. What if that's it for him?
And to go off of that, what if it's the fact that Will kills it? Not literally, but he
Exactly.
takes it twice.
Yeah,
He finishes him. He can't wrestle anymore.
like he gives him a neck injury because of the elbow so many
Yeah.
times that he can't wrestle anymore. What if
But
that's
hopefully
his
not.
retirement?
Like, hopefully not, in my opinion, because I want to see him versus Bandito. I'm not gonna lie.
Kenny versus Bandito.
Yeah, I think that could be cool.
For the Continental Championship, let's
Yeah.
run it.
So like
Continental Classic.
From what
Yeah.
King's saying, like have him against some of the others we haven't seen, but at the same time, I do get that, like because they're 1-1, so make it. But again, like yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, Will can carry the main title. Kenny can carry the new superstars to the promised land. Have Kenny be basically like that old superstar that is the benchmark. If you have a good match against Kenny, you can get a title. You can get the next big thing. You can move on to the next level. Have him be like the
Randy
sensei.
Orton.
Yeah, the Randy Orton.
The thing is,
That's
I
it.
don't.
Or if
I
you
just,
can,
I don't disagree with you, King, fully. I don't.
yeah,
But Tony Khan's not gonna do that.
yeah, but he
It's
should.
not.
I
He should,
agree
but he
because like Kenny is too big of a name to be losing to up and coming talent.
Like,
Not
see,
he
lose. He
shouldn't be
doesn't
doing
have to lose the matches. He
But
just
if he
has to have
doesn't
the
lose
match.
them, if he
Then,
doesn't
yeah.
lose them, he's gonna be burying them with the golden shovel.
Yeah,
Not really, because remember when John Cena did his US
open. Yeah,
Open like that, but with the Continental title or with the Continental Open, have guys come in that aren't ready to be a champion, but want to prove themselves. They
So
come
that-
out.
there were
have
just
it
two
where-
wrestlers that made it from that classic. It was just Sami Zayn and Kevin Steen.
Yeah,
or
but two is
Kevin
more
Owens.
than enough. Two is more than enough. You
so,
need
so basically,
like not
what
everyone's
you're
going to be
saying-
successful, but you kind of put
Help
their
them
name
out.
out there. Yeah,
So basically, from what you're saying is, whoever goes against Kenny, they get the win in the fact that they've had a great match, but they lose the match.
yes.
But then
'Cause they're
again,
not
you
ready
don't
to
need
be-
a Kenny to do that.
Yeah, but that's the
But it's the
AEW
name,
version of
isn't
it.
it, going against Kenny?
I agree with that.
It's like
but
getting
like,
the rub of one of the best of all time. You get that rub and you put on a good match. If you put on a bad match, your career's over. If you put on a good match, you can move on to whatever you want within AEW or whatever other organization. You want to go Japan, people are going to respect you. You want to go Mexico, people are going to respect you. That is the rub of approval. The Kenny Omega seal of approval. If you can work with him, you especially even at that age, then you're moving on to big things.
I have something to say. Like, this isn't WWE where you have to do it. This is AEW. You can put two great wrestlers and they can make a name for both of them. Like Kyle Fletcher and Bandito, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita. You put them two in a match, they're going to make a name for themselves. Look at the stock of Kyle Fletcher. Before this, he was a TNT champion. Not many people knew him. But now, look at him. He is in the, like, We're talking about him in the main event of another All In. We're talking about him as a world champion. You don't need a Kenny Omega, a MJF to make these young guys names. Yes, you can have them wrestle here and there with them. I'm not saying don't at all. No, you can have them wrestle, but not every single one of them. You know what I mean?
But
Make some of them.
have them make their name through hard work and matches.
Yeah. Like Kyle Fletcher, he did that perfectly. Like Bandito. Bandito hasn't gone up against a Kenny Omega. He didn't. But he has made a name for himself by having banger after banger after banger. And like that's where I disagree. Like you don't need a Kenny Omega. So if he retires, then that's good on him. You don't have to force him to stay and help other talent. They can help themselves by giving good matches. If you can give a good match, you have a good character, then you don't need a Kenny Omega to put you over. You know what I mean? You put yourself over.
Because realistically, he could go and help with the backstage. Not as in a
Yeah,
manager,
like-
but like
Yeah, he
booking
could do
matches.
that, but I'm saying if this is like his last years, he's better off helping people rather than winning a title and then having meaningless matches against whatever superstar.
But that's the thing. Like that's also meaningless things because I see it in my eyes. I see it. You shouldn't need a guy like a big name to help you out to be a big name yourself. It helps absolutely. I'm not saying it doesn't. It does help. Look at Kevin Knight. It helped him. He's now
Yeah,
like
Even
being
Kyle
big.
Fletcher, you talk about, he was in a group with
Don
what's his name?
Callis.
And
Yeah.
Don Callis. He was in two groups, United Empire before, and then Don Callis family, and obviously tag team. So you do need other people to get you up there. Like
Yes. But
the thing about it is, it may not be a match exactly against Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega can help elevate you a little bit, even if he has a one-off match with you, because of how big his name is.
But the thing is, like, if you ask like a normal wrestler that did you know Kyle Fletcher before now, they'll probably say no. Like a wrestling fan. If you ask like
And what depends
I don't
what
know
fan
who.
it depends what fan you're asking.
Yeah, exactly. But
AEW fans would have known him before.
all right, we'll say this.
Casual, then.
Liam, you didn't know Kyle Fletcher before this, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
No, before the
Use it
TNT.
for example. Yeah. No, I did. Because
You knew him in Aussie Open.
not because of the Aussie Open, no, but because of Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying you personally, not because of Lewis. You did you know him?
Oh no, not before Lewis. Then no.
Yeah, see, like this is what I'm talking about. Like if you ask someone like a Liam, I'm not saying he's stupid or not a fan, but if you ask someone like that, did you know Kyle Fletcher before this? Even though he was in the United Empire, he was in Aussie Open, he was in the Don Callis family, they'll probably say, I don't know who that is. He made a name for himself by giving you banger matches. He had a match like
I get the point, yeah.
yeah, but this is where you just yapping now at this point. But yeah,
Oh, no.
Big up, Jeff-
I
Jeffrey, you're
understand.
after the
I
wrong
understand your point, but I feel like even with a Kyle Fletcher, most casual fans probably still don't know him because most casual fans don't watch AEW. AEW isn't a casual show at this current state, especially with some of the moves that they make.
Good point. That's a good point.
So if you're an AEW fan, you probably know of him because of New Japan and other things. That's why
I
you're
understand-
excited that he's
I
around,
understand
that he's
what
getting
you're
an
saying.
opportunity.
I do know.
But I do understand what you mean. Like, in terms of he's getting more fans the bigger, better matches he's having. That's what I would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're wanting him to be the main guy rather than before you're probably saying mid card.
Use it in this sense. It's gonna go off topic, so I'm sorry. But like UFC, for instance, if you beat Conor McGregor, right, who's finished right now, let's not beat around the bush, but that elevates you through the roof. Like Dustin
Yeah.
Poirier got a title shot straight off of that. Nate
Yeah.
Diaz.
Yo.
You know what
Yo.
I mean? So
Yo,
like,
big up.
but at the
Big
same time, big up, Lewis. At the same time, I do agree with Aziz. The fact that it's Death Riders, they're evil bastards. They should kill Kenny and have him done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends on
I
him
understand.
if he wants to be done. But if he's not done,
Yeah.
I'd rather have him elevate talent towards the rest
Yeah.
of his career
Yeah.
rather than do whatever dumb feud. Because let's be honest, we want to see him against and even not elevate them, just have good matches with the likes of a Bandido, with a Leo Rush, with those kind of characters. See something different from him rather than the typical main event fixture that he's been before, because he isn't isn't that main event guy anymore. In terms of, he maybe has one more main event left in him, and that's All In. But after that, I don't think he has the level to compete at that level when you look at some of the guys that are coming through, just because of age. So if I want to see him, I want to see him go up against a Bandido, go up against a as I said, Leo Rush or a Speedball or something like that. Just if he's going to continue, if he continues. But if not, if he retires, he retires. But Lewis,
It's not our decision to make,
it's not our decision to make. So Lewis, do you have anything else to say before you close out?
No, I'm happy. I'm kind of happy where things are going, but you could tell MJF getting injured severely changed this pay-per-view. I thought it was obvious by the second viewing of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was a big loss.
Yeah.
Loss at the wrong time. Big up Jester. Big up Jester. Big up every single time. Go check him out. No, this is Jester. For
Also,
all
to
your
that
thought
point,
needs.
you're asking the whole wrong person, bro. You need to ask Zia that. Because Zia said he's not bringing anything back from what we've said to him. Aziz was even begging him to bring back the wrestling stuff. Not to that extent, but you were like, come on, man, I need it. So
I do miss it, yeah.
But
He was
before
on
we
his
end-
knees like Okada. Oh, so sorry, being like broadcast.
And I was
But
like,
at the same
in the
time-
background, I was like, bitch, hey, I'm here now. AEW for life.
we can't end yet.
Yeah, we
gone
have to do
through
the ratings and top 5 matches.
Oh yeah, we got to do.
Jimmy versus Jay. What's the second one?
Oh, bro.
Big up, Yusuf.
Bro, go
No,
back
no,
to
let,
Jay,
no.
bro.
We'll go serious. We'll go serious.
Yeah, seriously.
Rating for the pay-per-view. I will start. And no explanation needed. You've already kind of discussed every match.
Yeah,
Just
we've
give
done
your
2
star
hours.
rating. Just discuss your star rating. Aziz, actually no, I won't go first. Aziz, you go first.
3.
Lewis. 2.
Same,
Liam.
2.
I'm gonna give it I'll give it 2.5 because some of the
Wow,
matches
he's
were good,
different.
some of the matches were
No,
bad.
he's the host. Let him.
No, I'll give it a 2.5. I think it was mid. It was down the middle. There was some great stuff there, but we'll end it on each of ours. Not top 5 because I mean there wasn't even 5 great matches to begin with.
I think
3
there
of
was
your
predictions.
predictions for what?
We
the
predicted
points.
the
Who got the
winners.
most points? And
Oh,
got
yeah,
the most
we'll
points.
end on that. But before we get to the prediction league or
Bro, it's top
prediction
3.
points,
It has to be top 3.
top
the rest
3
of the matches,
matches,
yeah.
Aziz.
Kyle Bandito, second, 6-way, third, Kenny Kevin.
Lewis,
Same.
Same.
Liam. Well, I'd like to say my top 3 matches: Willow versus the Toxic Spire.
Oh, brother, and
You're
the show.
such a clown. You just
And the
clowned her,
show.
calling her pillow, bro. God.
The Divine
No.
Dominion segment, and then
Hey,
Delete,
respect.
delete, delete.
You're a
Ah,
cop, bro.
matter of fact, I want that list.
Nah, I pretty much agree with everyone else. To be honest with you, I think Kyle Fletcher Bandito was the best match.
Mhm.
Second was the 6-way, and then third for me was the main event, I would say. But yeah, last but not least, let me get the piece of paper.
All right, so I'll explain it to everyone while he does. We made
Um,
predictions.
Yeah,
Who will get who, and off that we get points. So let's see who's 1, 2,
yeah, we
3.
made predictions. These are the points as of standing.
Start from the lowest to top.
Oh, lowest. The lowest was me with 3 points. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I want to be different. You know what I mean? I'm not a cuck like that brother that owns the company, and that's why Fulham suck.
Dubs,
Your club.
bro.
No.
In
Kick him off
joint
the show.
in joint second place with the same points on 6, Liam and Aziz.
Hey. Let's go.
And
I'm better than.
joint first place. Joint first.
He's not here, so he doesn't get this.
Yeah, he doesn't get this. He's not here. So Lewis is number one.
Then number one on his own because the other person's not available. With 7 points. Italian Stallion Lewis. How do you feel about winning the?
You fucking mark.
I feel fantastic.
I feel something.
Yeah, I feel something.
Give us a speech.
Exactly.
Give us a speech.
All right. So first, one thing I wanted to say was that
Thanks, Mom.
you could tell this pay-per-view missed
Okada, yes.
Okada and Takeshita.
Yeah,
You could tell that they did. And listen,
I said it.
And my second point, my Forbidden Door could never reach to these levels of depravity. So I'm gonna be shameless because I had a feeling that Redemption was gonna I had a feeling that they might go even better for Forbidden Door, and I felt like, damn, my Go pay per view gonna get smoked, but it didn't. So listen, never be
It was still better than Double or Nothing.
Nah. I think
What are we
this
talking about?
is the worst AEW pay per view of the year.
This year, this is the worst AEW. Yeah. We thought Dynasty was poor, but Dynasty blows this out of the water.
Yeah.
It's not even a common.
Yeah, there was
not
only
even
really.
a common thing.
Let's be honest. There was only one match that
Saving
could be
grace.
given a 5-star in Fletcher Bandito. The other matches were like 3.5 at best.
Yeah, but my other thing I'll say is that All In is going to clear this one.
Oh yeah, but they have to.
But the bar's so low, bro. That anything they do in All In is just going to obliterate this.
They need to do Forbidden Door levels of matches in All In. It has to be.
We got to go to Mexico first.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Listen, can never be my Forbidden Door. Those are my last words. That's all I have to say. My hate watch was
I
semi-successful.
want to say thank you to my mom.
Thank you to Okada.
Thank you to my wrestling belts.
Liam, any last words before we close
Nah,
out?
man. I know that the show's gone on for hours, but I've really enjoyed it. Big up to the lads. This is why we started this show. So, yes, we ramble, but you don't have to watch it all live. It's not going anywhere, bruv. So, yeah, if you want to see this as a podcast, please do on any of the shows. Obviously, Monday shows are only happening after a pay-per-view. So the normal schedule's the normal schedule. But yeah, man, I love this show. This is one of the shows I look forward to, other than talking about my shit club talking crap and whatever.
Boo.
Boo.
How you know? But yeah,
Z's final words.
All I have to say is yeah.
Kick him off the show, bro. I just said it's one of my favorite shows, and he goes and...
No. Let him yeah and eat. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let me eat, bro.
Eat
all over the show.
Diamante, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. 100%. I would like to end that we need Gabe Kidd back in AEW. And he's the best British wrestler out here. Unlike that pussy Will Ospreay. We don't care about him, bruv. And with that being said,
the other Dom?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant,
Nah,
bruv.
Callum Newman? No, but we're not doing that one.
He ain't in AEW, bro. He's in
Gato
Japan.
Khan. He ain't no Gato.
And just like Gabe Kidd said, we don't give a fuck about Japan.
Fuck WWE. Fuck AEW.
That being said, before we go on any longer, this has been the Kingz on the Elite, and we out.
Big up,
Peace.
man.
Peace. Top 5.